Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkapolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show.
Talkapolis, the social media TV network for your city.
Today, we're talking to Brandi Binkley at PhysioFit. Brandi, you're a Nashville area native, but you've only been back here since about 2006. So where have you been in the last several years? What did you do before that?
Well, I left Nashville and went to school for a little while in Kentucky, and then I just got a little bored and decided I would go into the military. And so I joined the Navy and did 5 years on active duty, and started out as a rescue swimmer, and which was really fun and
that's serious,
challenging. Yeah.
Who are you rescuing?
The mission in the Navy is to rescue downed pilots, and so unlike the Coast Guard, we rescue our own, whereas the Coast Guard rescues everyone else.
Right. Right. So you had to pull pilots out of the water.
Out of the water, yeah. You kind of buddy tow them to safety. But I did that for just a short while. I got an injury and spent the rest of my time with F-18 fighters. So worked with fighter planes, doing mission data, analyst stuff. So.
Were you overseas?
I went overseas only on the USS Nimitz after September 11th. We went underway for about 4 to 5 months, aboard an aircraft carrier down around the Horn, South America.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So did you start training in the Navy?
I did. After pending my injury in rescue swimmer work, I gained some weight and quite a bit.
Can't imagine.
Well, it was there. And so I gained some weight, and I literally woke up one day and was just horrified at what I looked like and how I felt.
Wow.
And so I literally just kind of bare bones was going, okay, I can't eat Snickers. I can't drink Coke. I've got to get better care of myself. And I was eating like a foot-long Subway for lunch.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, just horrible habits. And so I just kind of made it simple, and knew that if I worked out and ate well, that I would lose some weight. And my commanding officer took quick notice to that, and asked me to be the PT coordinator for our squadron, which is a physical training coordinator. And so after I lost like 40 pounds,
40.
That's 40.
A lot.
I know.
Wow.
I started doing PT coordination for the squadron, and just helping people kind of meet those goals and keep physical standards up.
Right.
So
wow.
Yeah, and that kind of spurred on to when I got out of the Navy. I wanted to change my major, which was previously mass communications, and I changed it to kinesiology or exercise physiology, and then finished school down in Louisiana before moving back here in 2006.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's how you get roundabout through the Navy, but started training because of the Navy.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
great. Okay. Now you also done some figure competitions. Was that after you moved back?
It was. I'd been home maybe a year, home being Nashville, maybe a year, and did the Tennessee figure championships, which I won.
Well, there you go.
And then 2 weeks later did the North American, and I won my class in that one as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
I haven't competed since like 2011. The last show I did was the Arnold in Columbus.
How'd you do in the Arnold?
The Arnold is for ranking purposes, and I didn't do as well. I didn't get ranked #1 in the world. I was ranked 6th in the world.
Yeah, it's a worldwide event, so that's still very impressive.
Well,
6th in the world. There's, I'm sure, more countries than that represented. So that's great. Wow. So now you don't do that anymore, but
I have taken a break from that just to pursue business and just kind of engage more in training, personal training, and just kind of taking care of those things. So.
Do you train other figure competitors?
I do a lot of consulting and figure coaching, bodybuilding coaching, all of it. And so it's basically just like diet and program design, and just getting them ready for competition.
Gotcha.
Everything.
And there is a difference between bodybuilding and figure.
Right. Yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Figure is a lot less muscular, just more lean symmetry kind of thing.
Gotcha. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
So, you just opened a studio last year. That's a big undertaking.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you've been here 5 years. You opened your own studio.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
awesome. I love it. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Your own space.
Oh, yeah. And I work with incredible people. We have a great team that's really well educated, and they really have just good backgrounds and just people skills, and it all blends together to make us a really good team. And so, yeah, I love our space, and I love that we get to help people, make them feel better, and make them just better at life.
And that's called PhysioFit, right?
PhysioFit.
PhysioFit, awesome. Well, how would you describe your approach to fitness training, like general fitness, not figure, but a guy walks in, girl walks in, and you're looking at, what are you looking at to do with them? What kind of goals are you looking for those?
Well, and of course it's all individual.
Right.
But I always tell people when they come in, I want you to tell me what your goals are, and then I'm going to tell you what our goals are for you. And I think the magic potion is to find a blend between what they want and, on an ethical side, what I know they need for a good quality of life. And so, we may have someone come in and go, I want to lose 15 pounds. I want to, get stronger and feel better.
Right.
And I'm going, okay, you want to lose 15 pounds, get stronger, and feel better. But I look at them, we do a biomechanical analysis of their posture, and I see they've got bad posture. They may have, some form of kyphosis in their back, and they may have poor gait. They may have bad motor skills. You never know. It's a wide variety of things that people come with that they really don't realize they have. And so I go, okay, how are we going to take these issues and prescribe a program to fix their posture, help them lose weight, and get stronger?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Very functional.
Yeah, very, very functional, but old school functional, like strength, old school functional. So we do primarily strength and function. So we may do a deadlift with a PVC pipe, even, just to start out,
something
to
light.
get form, yeah.
Okay.
And then do, a plank exercise to get all those nice small muscles that connect to the spine.
Core stuff.
Yeah, so we're doing the large muscles and then the small muscles.
Great. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Now, because I know you personally, I mentioned this to you, but I know you volunteer some training time to a local organization called Thistle Farms. Tell us about that.
Well, Thistle Farms, for people who don't know, is a place for women to work it's a self-admitting place, so they have to apply to get in. Kind of in a nutshell, they apply to get in. They come from backgrounds of prostitution, drug abuse. Most of them have served prison time, and they have to apply to get into the program. Once they get accepted, Thistle Farms is a way for them to earn their way through the program. And they live in a house together. I think there's 2 houses. They live in together, and then they work at Thistle Farms. And Thistle Farms makes lotions, candles, lip balms, skincare stuff. And
so the women make these things?
Yeah, the women make these things, and that's their job. And they sell them.
Gotcha.
And they sell them all around town, and they have a contract with Whole Foods too. And so it's become a big thing. But what we do with them is twice a week, one of the other trainers, she goes on Mondays and I go on Wednesdays. And it started out just as kind of walking together and, getting to know these women. And then we've kind of morphed it into, we'll walk for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then we do exercise, like body weight exercise, functional movements for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And so for me, going into this, I was going, what's something we can do to kind of share our love for exercise with people who definitely
normally wouldn't have
use
access to it.
Yeah, and wouldn't have access to it. And so I kind of want to help them, change some of those addictions from previous addictions, because some of them are still even in detox. And change those addictions to maybe exercise, which helps them feel better, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all those things. So yeah, that's our thing with Thistle Farms. So, and it's been, honestly, I wanted to do it because I wanted to volunteer. I wanted to take time to volunteer to do something. But I think it's just as good for me as it has been for them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us today, Brandi.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
So you want to see more about Brandi, just check out her page at Talkapolis.com.